We're here at Brennan Theaters watching Jason Bourne. There's been many Bourne movies. 3 with Matt Damon, and there was 1 with Jeremy Renner. There was Bourne Identity, Bourne Ultimatum, Bourne Supremacy. This one I think was Bourne Mediocre. It was a Bourne movie. It felt like a Bourne movie, but I feel the story wasn't that great. I feel like they were trying to tie more into Bourne on a personal level, which isn't a bad idea.
I'm a big fan of the first 3 Jason Bourne films. The 4th film was not the one with Matt Damon. This film I was excited to see, and I have to say I was hugely disappointed. It had the same director and the same lead actor, some of the same supporting characters, but not some of the better ones, unfortunately. I was really missing Joan Allen in this film. One of the things that is a constant with the Jason Bourne films are the creepy government agents, the bad dudes that work for the government, they're sinister. Tommy Lee Jones played that character in this film, and I feel like it was actually a huge miscast. Tommy Lee Jones is just too likable. You really didn't want to dislike him personally, unlike all of the creepy white guys from all the previous 4 films.
I felt this was not as good as the previous Jason Bourne films, but although Bourne Legacy is my least favorite, though Jeremy Renner is a damn good actor. But Matt Damon is Jason Bourne, and that's what the Bourne films are known for, and that's what I'm sticking with. So after 14 years, we finally get to see the whole story, supposedly, of Jason Bourne's past. What brought him, we knew how he was recruited now. The question is, why was he recruited? Why did he volunteer? That question is answered in this 4th film. Good action, great sound, great production value, but still a shaky camera, and I hate shaky cameras. Seriously, the camera is just all over the place. And like Eddie was saying, try and read a text that somebody's reading, and the camera just moves all over the place. I'm like, seriously? Even if you pause it, there's a lot of motion blur. And, well, I don't know that, but I bet if you pause it, there's still some motion blur.
But the action was few and far between. There was a lot of talking head scenes, and there was a ton, and I mean a ton, of technology that makes you just roll your eyes. Multiple moments where someone would do something with the device or do something with a function of something, and you're like, I mean, I don't work for the CIA, but it's not hard to understand that that doesn't work. So there was a lot of moments of break immersion about that. I thought those were really bad. But the action scenes, the few that there were, are extremely intense. There's not a whole lot of action scenes, there's very few of them, but the ones that we have are extremely intense. There's a giant one at the end of the movie that was absolutely insane, and I want to know how they filmed some of that. The fist fighting is what I like in Bourne. It's very visceral, it's very just gritty, and they had that in this movie. The just absolute brutalness of Jason Bourne when he comes into a situation where he's either being hunted or he's hunting someone is just brutal.
Story-wise, this film was a mess. The characters were very cliched. We always have to have the hacker wearing a hoodie. If you wear a hoodie, you're a creepy hacker. Only people that wear hoodies can be creepy, apparently. Very cliche, super annoying, frustrating, introduced a lot of technology that doesn't exist, that is just super hard to believe. Then we throw in this twist of social networking. It just was a total mess. I literally laughed out loud at least a couple of times, and a couple of times I was actually incredibly bored.
One of the best elements of all the Jason Bourne films, even Bourne Legacy, are the car chases. Paul Greengrass does come back as director. He did not direct the Bourne Legacy, nor did he direct the Bourne Identity. Paul Greengrass is mostly known for his other films like Bloody Sunday and United 93. Matt Damon has gotten really buffed up for this role, and I can't help but think of Rambo 3 in the beginning of this film. It starts off very similar. Rambo 3 shows him fighting with somebody, and somebody comes to tell him, hey, come back in, join, help us out here. A little bit of like Rambo 3, so I'm like, did they steal a little bit of that? I don't know. It just reminded me a lot of that.
Now, when it comes to the star power, obviously you've got Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones did a very good job in this movie. I don't remember his character from the other Bourne movies, but it's been a long time since I've seen the other Bourne movies. But his character was evil without being mustache twirling, which I guess is what you would want in a Bourne movie. You want it to be more intelligent, and when you have someone in that intelligent type role that is mustache twirling, like it's just a villain for the sake of being a villain, it kind of ruins it. So I see his motivations, I see what he was trying to accomplish, and I like it when you have that in a movie where the villain and the hero both have motivations that make sense. A little more of a gray area. Now, when it came to Julia Stiles, it was neat to see her back. Definitely cool to see that character. I don't remember her in anything but the first movie. It was cool to see her come back, and like I said before, it's been a while since I've seen the rest of these movies. Really good to have Matt Damon back, because he lives and breathes this role. He's the perfect person for this role. I think the reason the first movie and the subsequent movies that he was in worked is because he fits this character so well. He seems like that Joe Everyman that just has the ability to just kick complete butt and can use his training to get himself out of situations and MacGyver things. Very impressive. I love seeing him back.
I was really let down by this film. That being said, it still has a high quality. So if you enjoyed the previous Jason Bourne films, I would recommend this, but only on your home television. They continued with the shaky camera. At times, I was like, I just want to go home and watch this on my TV screen because I'm getting a little sick. Matt Damon is incredible. He is what has made this series work so well. He's sort of like the sensitive James Bond. He kills people, but he's conflicted about it, and he feels bad afterwards. And he doesn't sleep with every girl. He only sleeps with the ones he falls in love with.
So if they make a fourth one, I'll go see it, but sooner or later, they're going to have to wrap this up. Matt Damon is now 45, 46 years old, aging up there, but they do show flashback sequences in the movie that made him look younger, most likely from digital manipulation.
Now, when it comes to the overall enjoyment of the movie, I have to say, I don't think it was that enjoyable. It was slow at times. You are being inundated with information so that you know what's going on and you know what's at stake, but none of it really matters. At least that's what I felt. I felt like the information they're giving you so you can piece this puzzle together of what Bourne is trying to figure out. You're like, I can see why this is important to him, but this really isn't important to me as the viewer, and that kind of breaks the movie's intensity, in my opinion. So I'm going to give this movie a 6 out of 10.
I have to say, this was easily the most disappointing film of the summer for me. Just shy of X-Men Apocalypse. I'm going to give it the same rating, which is a 6 out of 10.
I'm going to give this a 7.5.
It's not a horrible movie. It's not a great movie. If you want to see another Bourne movie, check it out. But it's definitely not something that I think is a great movie.
If you haven't seen the other Bourne films, you're going to have a lot of trouble keeping track of what's going on in this movie, as we had to hear some member of an audience describing to another member of the audience what's happening the entire time, chatting away. It's like, go see the other Bourne films before you see this so that nobody has to explain to you shit. Seriously. I mean, come on. How hard is it? They're not that long. They're good movies. Although Bourne Legacy, you don't have to see that. That doesn't directly relate to Jason Bourne himself. It does take place in the same universe, involving the same conspiracies, same agencies roughly, different actors, different characters, but roughly in the same world.
Go see it if you're a Bourne completist, but honestly, maybe just wait and watch it on your home TV screen so you don't get motion sick.
So I'm curious to know, what is your favorite spy movie? Let us know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it and subscribe to the channel for more reviews every week. And remember, you heard it here at The Source.